Findings is one of important things that should be in research methodology. But the question is, what is finding? Well, in this chance, I'm going to tell you about organizing findings. Before that, let me introduce myself first. My full name is Duyang Raini from 5UB class. Here, there are 4 points that I'm going to explain you in this video. First is overview. It describes program or describes evaluations. Second, program implementation that conclude what did you do and how well did you do it. The third one is program outcomes. What were the changes that occurred? And the last point that we are going to discuss in this video is about lessons learned, subgroup differences. Here we go. First, it's about the definition of findings. So what is findings in research methodology? The principal outcomes of a research project, what the project suggested, revealed, or indicated. This usually refers to the totality of outcomes rather than the conclusions or recommendations drawn from them. So findings is really crucial in research methodology because it influences the result of the methodology. Next, findings also has the purposes. Findings can only confirm or reject the hypothesis underlying your study. However, the act of articulating the result helps you to understand the problem from within, to break it into pieces, and to view the research problem from various perspectives. Findings have a set structure and a specific style. They should make sense of a standalone document and should sum up your project's findings. They are not intended as a formal record of the research and how it was done. So, findings here is talking about the fact and also the data which influence the hypothesis. Next, it's about do's and don'ts that the researcher need to discuss in the findings. First, in findings, we should provide the findings with the context and explain why people should care. But we may not to simply rehash your result. Next, emphasize the positive, but don't exaggerate. The third is look toward the future and don't end with. Next, how about to write findings sections? Because findings also have the sections to make it clear. First step that we should do is consult the guidelines or instructions that the targeted journal or other publisher provides for authors and read research papers it has already published, particularly one similar in topic, methods, or results to your own. So we should find the instructions or the guidelines that are talking about the target journal. So make sure that we find the journal that has the same topic with the discussions in our research methodology. Second, reflect, add some light on your research results in relation to the journal's requirements while planning the finding sections of your paper. So we need to make sure that it reflects, add some light on our research result in relation to the journal's requirements. So it should be matched. The third is design effective visual presentations of your research results to enhance the textual report of your findings. So it should design effective visual presentations, so it will be more clear if we use visual presentations of our research results. Next, number 4 is write your finding sections in a factual and objective manner. So it may not to be subjective, based on the person or people, but it should be objective and also factual and outdated. Next is review the draft of your findings section and edit and revise until it reports your key findings exactly as you would have them presented to your reader. So we need to review the draft because we may not to make the findings directly, but it should be there is a draft of our findings because it also has the sections itself. Next, overview. What is overview? An overview is simply a summary of the main or most important points in a graph, chart, process, or map. It is normally 2 or 3 sentences long and should be the second paragraph you write in your essay. So, overview here should be in the second paragraph when we write the essay. It is normally 2 until 3 sentences. It may not to be 6 or 7 because it is normally 2 until 3 sentences, but it can be 4 or 5. It is the important point, so we should make it clear and simple so that the reader can know the point is. Next, the program implementation. Program implementation is about making a program work. It includes who, what, where, and how a program is set up and run. Program implementation refers to how well a proposed program or intervention is put into practice and is fundamental to establishing the internal, external, construct, and statistical conclusion validity about camp evaluations. So before we finish the program, we should make the program implementation, where the program is being done by the researcher. So it refers to how well a proposed program or intervention is put into practice. So it is directly being practiced. So it's not only the theory. Next, program outcome. After we implement the program, we should know what is our program outcome, because outcome is the result of the program. The program should have the outcome. The work put into establishing the vision, purpose, and goals of the program should help provide direction for creating program outcomes. Basically, it is necessary to take those goals and translate them into tangible, measurable outcome statements. So the outcome here should be measurable so it can be clear. Next, lesson learned. It is easy to assess how the research could be stronger and clearer, but only an after-the-fact review can reveal such learning. So in the program, we should know about the lesson learned, because in that implementation, there is something that we need to be learned in that research methodology. Well, that's all that I can say about organizing findings in research methodology. Thank you very much.